You ever have one of those moments where the world just stops and your heart's pounding so loud you can't hear anything else? That's what happened to me one chilly October evening in Willow Creek, when a kid's scream tore through the quiet like a knife. I didn't know it then, but diving into that river to save a stranger's boy would pull me into a world I never wanted and change everything I thought I knew about family, loyalty, and what it means to stand up when no one else will. My name's Tom Harper, just a regular guy, 39, single dad, working my hands raw at a tire shop in this sleepy little town. Life's been a grind since my wife, Sarah, passed 3 years ago. Cancer, quick and cruel, left me and my daughter, Lily, picking up the pieces. Lily's 11, all freckles and giggles, the kind of kid who lights up a room even when it feels like the walls are closing in. I'd get up at dawn, make her peanut butter sandwiches, drop her off at school, then spend 10 hours wrenching tires, come home to a quiet house, rinse, repeat. Grief's funny, it doesn't just fade like people say. It sits there, heavy, in the unwashed dishes, in the old photos on the fridge, in the silence where Sarah's laugh used to be. To the folks in Willow Creek, I was just Tom, the guy who keeps to himself, gets the job done. To Lily, I was Dad, her rock, even if I felt like I was crumbling inside. Deep down, I wanted something more, not fame or money, just a sense I wasn't walking through life alone. That evening, me and Lily were at Riverside Bend, our usual spot. She was skipping stones, chasing fireflies, her ponytail bouncing as she laughed. I was on a bench, half watching, half lost in my head, when I noticed a group of bikers across the lot. Big guys, leather jackets, tattoos that screamed trouble. The Iron Reapers, they called themselves, the kind of crew that made parents pull their kids close. I didn't judge, live and let live, but I kept an eye on Lily, just in case. Then it happened. A scream, sharp and desperate, from the river. Not Lily's voice, thank God, but a boy's, maybe 10, thrashing in the water, his arms flailing as the current yanked him under. The river here looks calm, but it's a liar, deep, fast, and cold as hell, with rocks that'll cut you to pieces. People froze, shouting, pointing, but nobody moved. I didn't think, just ran, boots pounding the dock, and dove in. That water hit like a fist, so cold it stole my breath, but I saw the kid's hand, reaching, sinking. I swam hard, the current dragging me, slamming me into rocks, felt my ribs scream, but I didn't care. I grabbed his jacket, held tight, kicked for the surface with everything I had. Lily's voice cut through from the shore, Dad. And it was like a lifeline, pulling me back. I don't know how long it took, felt like forever, but I got us to the dock. Hands hauled us up, and I collapsed, coughing up river water, the kid shivering next to me. That's when I saw them, the bikers, standing there, staring. Not angry, not grateful, just still, like they were sizing me up. The boy's dad, a mountain of a man with a gray-streaked beard, scooped him up, whispering, "Ethan, you're okay." His eyes met mine, hard, unreadable, and he gave a single nod. I thought that was it, just a moment, a good deed. I was wrong. Next morning, I'm flipping pancakes for Lily, trying to shake the ache in my bones, when I hear Ida low rumble, like thunder rolling in. I look out the window, and there's a dozen Harleys lined up outside my house, chrome gleaming, engines growling. Lily peeks through the curtains, eyes wide. Dad, who are they? I step outside, spatula still in hand, feeling like an idiot, and there's the boy's dad, helmet off, staring at me like he's reading my soul. "We need to talk," he says, voice like gravel. His name's Jack, but everyone calls him Grizzly. The kid, Ethan, is with him, looking small but alive, clinging to his dad's leg. Grizzly steps closer, says, "You saved my boy." Most folks would have stood there, watched him drown. Not you. I shrug, mumble something about doing what's right, but his eyes don't let go. He sticks out a hand, scarred, heavy, and when I shake it, it's like signing something I don't understand. "We don't forget debts," he says, and the way he says it, it's not just thanks, it's a promise, maybe a warning. Days after that, things got weird. I'd be at the shop, elbow deep in grease, and I'd look up to see a biker parked across the street, just watching. At the grocery store, 2 Reapers would nod at me, casual but deliberate, like they were making sure I knew they were there. Neighbors started whispering. Mrs. Callahan from down the street asked if I was mixed up with those outlaws. Lily noticed too, Her voice small one night at dinner. "Dad, are we okay?" I forced a smile, told her it was nothing, just folks being grateful, but my gut twisted. I wasn't scared for May could handle a fight if it came to it, but Lily? She's my world. I started locking the doors at night, something I never used to do. Then one evening, Grizzly shows up at the shop, leaning against the doorframe like he owns the place. "Ride with me," he says, not asking, just stating. I laugh, say I don't ride, never have. He smirks. "You do now." Next thing I know, I'm on the back of his Harley, wind hitting my face like a slap, the town blurring past. We ride out to the hills, stars popping out above us, and for the first time in years, I feel free. No grief, no bills, just the road and the roar. We stop at a clearing, a bonfire crackling, reapers all around, laughing, drinking. Grizzly hands me a beer, says, "Family ain't just blood, it's who's got your back when it counts." I don't say much, but his words stick. They pull me into their circle, not as an outsider, but as one of them. Part of me wants to run, but part of me, God help me, feels alive. It's not all campfires and brotherhood, though. A week later, two guys in a rusty pickup roll up to the shop, late, after closing. One's got a shaved head, eyes like a snake, and he gets in my face. "You're one of them now, huh? Think that makes you untouchable?" I'm confused, try to explain I'm just a mechanic, but he laughs, sharp, mean. "Tell that to the Reapers when they drag you down with them." Before I can respond, engines roar, and 3 Harleys pull up, Grizzly at the front. He doesn't say a word, just steps forward, and the guys in the truck back off, tires squealing as they peel out. Grizzly looks at me, says, "You're with us. Nobody touches what's ours." I should have felt safe, but all I felt was trapped, like I'd traded one cage for another. Things escalated at a Reapers gathering. Grizzly invited us Tom and Lily. I didn't want to go, but Lily begged, said Ethan was her friend now. The clubhouse was rough, all brick and graffiti, but inside, it wasn't what I expected. Kids running around, music blasting, people laughing. Lily and Ethan played tag, her smile brighter than I'd seen in months. But I saw other things too, guys slipping into back rooms, hushed talks, a vibe that said not everything here was above board. Grizzly handed me a drink, said, "You don't gotta change who you are, Tom. You're one of us, no matter what." I nodded, but my stomach churned. That night, driving home with Lily asleep in the back seat, cop cars passed us, lights flashing, slowing by the clubhouse. Grizzly's voice echoed in my head. "They'll always watch us, but they won't touch what's ours." I wasn't so sure. The real test came on a rainy night. Grizzly showed up at my door, Ethan in tow, his face grim. "Need a favor," he says, handing me a duffel bag. Heavy, too heavy. "Hold this till tomorrow. No questions." Lily's watching from the hallway, and I want to say no, but Grizzly's eyes, Ethan's trust, they pin me. I take the bag, stash it in my closet, but sleep doesn't come. Around midnight, I crack it open just to peek and see stacks of cash, more than I've ever seen. My heart drops. This isn't gratitude. This is trouble, the kind that could take Lily from me. I pace, rain pounding the roof, knowing I can't keep this, but wondering what happens if I give it back. Will they see it as betrayal? At dawn, I make my choice. I put the bag by the door, ready to face whatever comes. Grizzly shows up with half the Reapers, engines shaking the street. He sees the bag, knows I looked. "You opened it," he says, not mad, just fact. I swallow, tell him, I can't do this, not with Lily. My voice breaks, but I stand tall. Silence hangs heavy, then Grizzly nods, picks up the bag. "You think I want this life for Ethan?" he says, low, almost soft. "We do what we know, Tom. But you did what nobody else would." He turns, and they ride off, leaving me standing there, heart pounding but lighter somehow. A few days later, the cops come sniffing around the shop. "You're tied up with the Reapers," one says, smirking like he's got me. "You want to end up like them?" I grip my wrench. Want to yell I'm not one of them, but I just shake my head, say I'm just a guy who fixed their bikes. They leave, but Lily's scared, clinging to me that night, asking if we're safe. I hold her tight, promise I'll keep her safe, and I mean it. I start to see it clear. I can't undo what I did, jumping in that river, but I can choose what comes next. I choose Lily every time. Weeks later, I'm back at Riverside Bend, just me and Lily, skipping stones like nothing's changed. Grizzly's there too, with Ethan, across the water. He nods, I nod back, no words, just respect. The Reapers don't shadow me anymore, but I know they're out there, and I'm okay with that. Lily grabs my hand, says, "You're my hero, Dad, and that's all I need." I didn't find family in leather jackets or outlaw codes. I found it right here, in her smile, in the choice to keep her safe, no matter what. That river changed everything, not just for Ethan, but for me. It showed me courage isn't about joining a crew or wearing a patch. It's about standing up when it counts, even when it scares you. So what do you think? Was I right to step away, to keep Lily out of that world? Or should I have leaned in, trusted the Reaper's code? Drop a comment. Tell me your take. Have you ever had to choose between loyalty and what's right? Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories that hit you right in the heart. Thanks for listening. Folks means the world.